Hi, this is a vlog for the Journey to Life project where I will be discussing a Journey to Life blog from Bernard Poolman, day 79, stepping out of character with loved ones. And I'll be discussing it because it really rang home with me, this one. And I'll first read the first forgiveness statement in the blog, and then I'll give my experience and perspective on it. So, I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that I keep my loved ones in character if I do not step out of character. That I'm scared to step out of character, as that would mean I will lose my loved ones that validate my character. Yet I want to change, not realizing that change in character without changing all relationships of a character will not change your character, and all I will do is to mutate my character to make sure I feel I change in my inner character while my outer character as the world does not change. So I make sure I do not change and remain in the character I love to be. And I found this to be a very confronting blog overall, because I realized within this self-forgiveness statement that I'm actually within my process still holding on to my loved ones and to my character that I have allowed myself to build in relationship with my loved ones as basically my family, my system of support, the system that I've always seen and trusted on as my system of support. So throughout my process of stopping the mind, I had always believed that I have changed, when in reality I haven't actually directed my relationships in my outer world with my family specifically, because I was too scared to really change reality, my reality for real. And the change has always only been within myself, basically as a feeling, as I have put on another character suit for myself, believing myself to have changed through having applied self-forgiveness and through having walked the process of self-honesty and applying self-forgiveness and self-correction, when all the time I was never really willing to truly, change the physical relationships, because I was too afraid to challenge the characters of my family, my environment, the people that know me, that know my character, and the people that basically support the character that I've always played in this world, because I feared that they will reject me and stop their support for my character, because that's what obviously will happen. And I can see that within my relationship, within my interaction with my family, is that it's still very much based on keeping all the characters happy and satisfied, keeping everyone happy and satisfied, and just playing along in the act of personality and character that everybody's just playing and has always been playing, because I'm still kind of holding on to that fear that I experience and have always experienced within myself, as the fear of standing alone, the fear of trusting myself, the fear of losing family, and the fear of losing my world, my trusted world that I've always known and defined myself within, and my little world that has always seemed so positive and nice and good and made me feel so safe and secure. So unless I actually give that up, and unless I actually, step out of that bubble world and physically direct my physical environment, God, my physical environment to, in fact, change within the physical relationships, any change that I claim to be or have manifested within myself is a complete lie, because I'm just still allowing the physical reality to continue as it has always been continuing, as it has always existed. So what changed? Seriously, then it's no different from any form of spiritual journey that I've undertaken in my life, where I have many times claimed that I have changed and that I felt as though I changed. It's no different if I'm not willing to actually change the physical reality, the physical relationships that make up this physical world. Because that is what is real, and that is where I will actually be tested and be tested to see who I actually am. Am I actually really life as I claim to be? Has my process of applying self-forgiveness and stopping the mind been successful? Have I actually corrected myself and changed myself? Good God. Oh my God. The cat. Or am I still just a mind, and will I die as a mind, as basically a ghost, basically nothing, having basically wasted my life on earth here, too scared, too afraid to step out of character. So this blog is really, really supportive to assist myself in realizing that I still have to actually apply myself within this process, and still have to actually really face myself. So maybe another self-forgiveness statement that is really cool to consider is this one. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that when a relationship or marriage breaks up, the previous love characters will change their character to look for a new audience as loved ones, mutating the character till they find a loved one again, showing that to break up the love relationship does force characters to step out of character, and if directed to show that creating new character will only result in the exact same cycle. The opportunity exists to step out of character for real, to sort out the mess created on earth, to get back to actual life. So that's a practical example of how one can actually realize that stepping out of character is in fact possible, that stopping the mind is in fact possible, simply because of the manifestation of breakups. When you break up with someone in a relationship, you are ending that character. You are putting a stop to that character, and yes, it's painful, and it's never actually a pleasant experience for anyone, and it often just feels like you're dying, but that just goes to show that it is in fact possible to stop a character, and that is a situation that shows us that characters are in fact not real, and the fear that we experience of losing our characters or losing the people around us because we fear losing ourselves is in fact not real, because of this example of a breakup or a divorce, wherein we basically push ourselves to in fact stop a character that we have created ourselves. The problem is, however, that we tend to then simply search for a new character to build up within ourselves by creating a new relationship with someone, as if that whole pattern and cycle of building up that character will not just happen in exactly the same way. as what we've been doing in our previous relationships that have always ended up in death of that character. So, yeah. Let me see. And the last self-commitment statement is also very confronting. It's how I experienced it. I commit myself to show that when you step out of character with your parents, they will do everything possible to get you back into character, because they will feel they failed at building your character in a way so that you will never change and remain as only their creation, justifying their own character as the creator of you. So that's in fact what happens and what will happen, because I experienced this statement as confronting because I was in a way still existing within this illusion that in some way everything is kind of positive, or I was still allowing myself to create these positive relationships with my family, my parents, my environment, wherein I basically don't simply realize what is really going on in this world and what reality actually really is, and I don't simply realize that there is no such thing as positivity or goodness or love. The love of the family, the love of parents is always conditional, is always only within the character that that has been created in relationship with between parents and children, where parents and family only support the children if the children in turn support their family. And I have seen in families around me what happens when a child doesn't change themselves into this character, and when a child doesn't comply to what their environment expects of them to be and become. A parent and family will go to extreme lengths to actually force their child to comply and to basically break, so that they will in fact change themselves to fit into the character that has already been shaped and formed for them by the parents as what they basically expect their child to be and become according to their specific ideas and concepts about what is right and wrong and good and bad. A child will get institutionalized and sent away and given these lectures by everyone and sent away from school, or all sorts of stuff. Child will get punished, and in very different ways. So it's an illusion to believe that to step out of character will in any way be a pleasant experience, or it's an illusion to believe that I won't have to in fact face the cold, hard reality, which is that there exists no such thing as love. There exists no such thing as positivity. In fact, everything is the opposite. That is the true nature of the human being, and for those that take it upon themselves to actually step out of their character, to face reality and to change reality into a world that is best for all, they will get attacked and they will get rejected from all corners, attacked from all corners, especially by those that apparently love them, because because this whole world is only based on characters. Is only this whole world has been played out by humanity as if it's some kind of movie where everybody plays their part, everybody plays their character and their role, and we all basically trust that no one will ever step out of that character because that's who we believe ourselves to be. So if someone dares step out of character, it's like the other characters are about to die, because characters exist within relationships, so every character needs every other character to be able to exist. So anyway, it's all in this blog by Bernard Poolman, so I would strongly suggest reading it because it is very confronting, but also very just assisting and supporting in developing insight into what we're facing, into how reality actually works, and into what we will have to face in the process of stopping the mind and standing up as life within ourselves, within this world, and changing the world, in fact, to make sure that our change is not just an inner change like some kind of spiritual experience, but an actual real change that is reflected in our actions and that is reflected in how we direct our relationships. So no doubt it's going to be a tough road ahead. So therefore, read the blog, read all the blogs by Bernard Poolman in the Creation's Journey to Life, because they will assist and support immensely. And I will share the link to this one in the box below the video so that you can enjoy the reading. Thanks.